Hi, welcome to episode 8 of Bytesize Bagpipes. I hope you're getting on well with all of your grace notes up the scale, and I have one more to add today, and that should complete our single grace notes. So the one I'm going to add today, you're going to find quite easy, I think, because it's the same idea as the G grace note that you learned back in episode 6. So the E grace note is the one we're going to do today, and we use our ring finger to play this grace note. So again, we start on low G, get a nice hand position before you start, and I'm going to sound low G, and then I'm going to very quickly lift my ring finger and return it back to the chanter, and that gives us an E grace note on low G. And we're going to lift the grace note finger and seesaw to low A. And we're going to do that all the ways up the scale like we did with our G grace note. And we can only go as far as the D note using our E grace note, and then we go back down the scale again. So sounding D first, quickly lifting your ring finger and returning it back, and that gives us an E grace to D. Then you lift your E grace note and together bring your fingers down to C. Lift your E grace note finger and bring it down to B. Lift down to the next note and down to the next note. So it follows the same way of doing your high G grace note. I'm going to start on D, so I'm going to blow D first, and then I'm going to quickly lift this finger and drop it to give us an E grace note on D. And when you get some practice on your grace notes, they should sound like this. So starting from low G and going up and down the scale. And now that you know the high G grace note, the D grace note and the E grace note, you can now start combining these grace notes together. So you should see a new exercise overhead, and that is called a GDE grouping. And you can have this rhythm in jigs because it's groups of 3 quavers together, and they would be a very common combination of grace notes. So starting on low G, we do a high G grace note, a D grace note and an E grace note, and we want to try to keep these nice and even. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and as we go up the scale, we move on to each new scale note with a G grace note, carry on with the D and the E. So if you think about the order of the grace notes or the order you learned them in. Okay, so starting on low G. And that's G, D, E Gracenote combination on low G. When we move to the next scale note, low A, you lead again with your G grace note, D, E. So we're going to try that from low G, moving to low A. And we can do that up as far as C, and we can go back down. So starting on C, I'm going to blow C, and then I'm going to play a G grace note, D grace note, E grace note, and carry on down the scale. So the E grace note up the scale and E grace note down the scale, and your GDE groupings is your challenge for this week. And we've put in a little extra thing you can try, and that is to help to keep the GDEs nice and even. You could put a little metronome setting to go along with when you play the exercise. So I've got one here, so you should hear it. It's a little quicker than the recommended setting we're going to give you at the end of this video, but I'll just show you how it can help. So on each tick of the metronome, we're going to play a grace note. And that helps to keep it nice and even. Good luck with that. Again, please share any of your challenges that you are completing, and remember you can see all of our social channels at the end of this video. See you at the next one. Bye.